morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let's do it.
Okay, you got your YouTube going? Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's still 8:30. All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes. I am serving today as the presiding judge. If you are here on today on the 8:30 docket, that means that you are a veteran. If you are not a veteran on this morning, you are going to be placed in a waiting room, and we will service you as soon as we are finished with the veterans docket. I do the veterans docket first on Tuesdays. And so it seems like everybody that's here is a veteran, so we are going to get started. Glad to see everybody on this morning. I'm going to start first by having the attorneys place your appearance on the record for me, please.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, State Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a continuing motion that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you. Glad to see you on today, and your motion is granted. All right.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court and Veterans Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. Let's go to the case managers. Well, I see Miss Robs. Come on, Miss Robs.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Drug and Veterans Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, good morning, Miss Robs. And I also see Miss Cleveland.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am case manager for Drug Treatment Court and waiting for Mr. Hatcher to appear.
All right, very good, very good. All right, you can't do any shout outs in my courtroom. If you have a question, please call the courtroom at 313-965-2280. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask everyone to please place your device on mute. Place it on mute until your case is called. Good morning to you, Ms. Wilson. Thank you for placing that message in the chat. So the courtroom number is now in the chat.
She's asking for you. Good morning, Judge Holmes. She can't see you.
You can't see me? All right. Take it back.
Just a little bit.
Today you can see me.
Right there, yeah.
Is that good, Ms. Wilson?
Perfect, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go to our mentors. Mr. Parker, you are up first this morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court mentor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Parker. Thank you for serving on today. And then Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, Veteran Treatment Court mentor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Scott. Thank you for serving on today. All right, we are ready to get going on this morning. I want to make sure that everybody, all of our veterans, be prepared to tell me something that you have learned since the last time I've seen you. This is a new year. Some of us, some same stuff, but hopefully you're still learning some things. That's what I'm hoping. And so, Ms. Wilson, thank you. I forgot to make you that co-host. I'm doing it right now. There you go. All right, let's do it. I have first, oh, I'm sorry, preliminary matters. Go right ahead, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge. One preliminary matter, I've been informed that we do have a new veterans intake, a Mr. Marshall. May I be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Marshall so that I can go over the court's order before he is accepted in the Veterans Court?
Absolutely. Mr. Marshall, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning. You are going to receive an invitation to go to a breakout room. And so you'll go and talk with an attorney. Please accept that invitation.
I accept.
All right. You have to do it on your device. Okay, that caught me off guard. And that's gonna make me laugh this morning because everybody else laughing too. Mr. Marshall, you go get an invitation on your device. Push accept that invitation to go to the breakout room.
Miss Wilson,
There
the
you go.
invitation flashed and flashed out. I didn't get that invitation for Mr. Marshall. Can I get another one, please? Thank you. I have it now.
All right, very good. Any other preliminary matters before we get started this morning?
Just that Mr. Kusheri is here, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Kusheri. Yes, I see your face. Place your appearance on the record.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Judge Holmes. Good morning, everyone. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA Hospital.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today and serving. All right, I am ready to get started. Ms. Robs, have you had the opportunity to talk with Mr. Stitt about what we discussed on yesterday?
Your Honor, I called Mr. Stitt on yesterday. We played phone tag. I was going to ask if I can go into a breakout room with him as well as Mr. Kusheri.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
And Your Honor, also Mr. Parker, his mentor. I apologize.
Okay, no problem. So, Ms. Robs, I'm going to have you go into a breakout room with Mr. Stitt, but we're going to do that after I do a couple of cases, okay? Because I need you. How about that? And then I can do at least two. Wait a minute. No, I can do Mr. Pringle, and then Mr. Smith is up next. That's with Miss Cleveland. And so that'll give you an opportunity to go to the breakout room. How's that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Where's Mr. Pringle? All dressed in his work attire. I can hardly recognize him. Good morning, Mr. Pringle.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you this morning?
I'm blessed in yourself.
I am too. All right, Mr. Pringle. I have the following for you. I have case number 200-449-9701. State your full name for me.
Dennis Pringle.
All right, Mr. Pringle. How are you doing overall?
I'm great. Just a little upset my cousin lost the game Sunday, but.
Which game was it? Which game?
He played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that's my sister's team. She was she had her hat, her jacket, her boots, her socks, her pom-poms. She just really overdid it. And her team lost, and we were on the sibling call, and we started teasing her. And she really got upset with us. She was not playing with us. I'm like, do you know somebody that worked for, that played for them? But did you have some stock?
Well,
we didn't understand it, but
my cousin played.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, who's your cousin?
Byron Pringle, number 13.
I'm gonna have to ask my sister number 13. You said Byron or Myron?
Byron Pringle.
Byron Pringle. Now this your real cousin, right? Because we be having fake cousins. Because me and Mr. Scott cousins too. Me and Mr. Scott, we have some Louisiana ties, so I call him my cousin. This your real cousin, Mr. Pringle?
Yes, that's my oldest uncle's grandson.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. Well, they played a good game. I will tell you that. They played a good game. I even watched a little bit. I did. All right. Very good. Mr. Pringle, how are you doing with recovery and working your program?
Oh, doing swell. I'm just completing my with Dr. Alexander, the sessions I have with him, the domestic violence courses or sessions that I have with him. Just taking it one day at a time, and I'm actually getting to the point where I'm at the point where I watch people do certain things like get high or drink or smoke, whatever, and just look at them and just see how from the last, I want to say 6 or 7 months of being clean, how they look from my perspective. It looked kind of like that was really me. And it's like it's different. At the same time, it's cool because I see how I was acting and not wanting to be back in that realm of things. It's nice. I'm doing cool with it. Getting a lot of stuff done. Still, actually, when I finish with this, I'm going to talk to the chief of EMS to see about. I'm still waiting to get hired in, so I'm going to talk to him and see what's going on with that as of today.
Are you being patient while you're going through the process?
I'm trying my best.
Try your very best. Come on, good things come to those who wait, right?
Yes.
Still show up every day. My daughter, I tell her you have to show up. You got to work up. Come on, you got to get up. And that's in wrong order. Is get up, show up, work up. Just show up and do your very best. It will come, okay?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sure, Judge. All right. Come on, Mr. Pringle. Hang in there for me. All right. Have you been struggling with anything, Mr. Pringle, that you need us to help you with or assist you with?
Well, this the job getting hired in is kind of getting to me, but I'm here every day at 5, so we're just gonna keep on coming until it's whatever gonna happen. I'm just here. Hoping for the best.
Just show up and do your best, Mr. Pringle. Show up and do your best. Mr. Kusheri, any of our mentors, if there's anything that you all can do to help in that process, by all means, I know the wheels are already spinning, but I know that Mr. Pringle has been working hard and he's really been hoping to get hired in. And so we want to keep him encouraged. So if there's anything that can be done, by all means, let's help him out. All right, very good. Mr. Pringle, anything else?
That's pretty much the thesis of it all. That's pretty much it.
All right. Living situation with VOA is still good?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. I love it. All right. Let me hear from Mr. Kusheri. I'll go to you first. Any updates as to Mr. Pringle?
Yes, thank you, Judge, and good morning again. So Mr. Pringle is compliant with all of his treatment. He completed his SUD programming at the VA. He continues to engage in CWT with all of their individual and group work. In addition to pursuing employment, Mr. Pringle, I know that your work ethic, you are proving yourself and you're working so hard. I wish that there was something that we could do to make the process easier. I just want to commend you for your patience throughout all of this. All of the veterans here and you especially, I'm sure, have the experience where you know that the VA moves like a glacier. We're probably going to have like great grandkids and then eventually you'll get hired in. But you're being so patient and you're doing great, and just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, we had an opportunity to staff this case on yesterday. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Your Honor, as reported yesterday in staffing, Mr. Pringle was in compliance. No issues at this time.
All right, very good. And then for the mentor, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Pringle?
Good morning. Thank you again, Your Honor. I would just like to reiterate and reaffirm what Mr. Kusheri has said to Mr. Pringle, your work ethic is beyond reproach. I've always stated on this call that you beat me to work. I see you literally every morning at the VA. One thing I can tell you, Mr. Pringle, is going through this process, as Mr. Kusheri has said, the VA's practices are very convoluted. They take a long time, but you need to understand that you have put yourself in the absolute best possible position to be hired in. There's nothing else you can do except wait for them to tell you to go do your paperwork in HR. I truly believe it's going to happen. Just hang in there and stay patient.
All right, very good, very good. Ms. Robs, if nothing else from any of the other team members as to Mr. Pringle, I will get the next court date.
Your Honor, I have February 22nd, 2022 for a face-to-face, a phone-to-phone at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, so give me that date one more time, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor, February 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, very good, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Pringle?
Yes, ma'am, yes. February
All right.
22nd, 10:30, on the phone.
All right, there you go, there you go. Good to see you. Before you leave, I want everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Pringle for his service. Thank you, Mr. Pringle. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. All right, very good. And if you don't celebrate a veteran, your case gets moved to the end of the docket. All right, I'm watching. There you go. All right, Mr. Pringle, good to see you. Hang in there. Keep up the great work you're doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am, thanks.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, I'm gonna do some promotions very quickly, and then I'm gonna release you to go to the breakout room. How about that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have a couple of promotions that I want to do on this morning. I am going to start with Mr. Warhurst, and then and we can actually do all three of them together. Let's try something different. We just gonna celebrate straight on through. We have Mr. Warhurst. Mr. Warhurst's case numbers are U44746 318 and U448 88318. Mr. Warhurst, state your name for me.
Ralph Anthony Warhurst.
All right, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I also have on deck this morning for promotion. Well, Mr. Franklin, if you turn on your video, I'm calling your case. If you don't, I'm gonna skip you. Mr. Franklin, where are you?
Oh, no.
He all in his Easter suit. Where you at? Come on, Mr. Franklin.
I'm tasked with watching my grandson. I was just getting ready to call him up the hill, and I walked away for a second.
Okay. You want to get promoted today?
I always want to be promoted in every aspect.
All right, but go ahead. You go ahead and make that milk. I'm going to put your case numbers on the record. State your name, and you go pour that milk. Because if it's anything like my grandson, they're very demanding. And then we'll make sure, because we're doing them together. So let me place your case numbers on the record very quickly. I have for Mr.
It only takes me 15 seconds. That's all.
All right, let me place it on the record. I have for Mr. Franklin, SP 105-98852 and 134-045-831. State your name, Mr. Franklin.
Jeffrey Franklin.
All right, good morning again to you. All right, go pour that milk. Go do it. Ms. Robs, tell me why you are recommending Mr. Warhurst for a promotion on today.
Yes, Your Honor. Over the course of working with Mr. Warhurst, Your Honor, he has exhibited absolute positivity, ambition, and just motivational drive to work on his recovery. While at E-House, he's been working towards a supervisory role. He's a leader over there. He continues to, help. He's paid his balance. in full with the courts. He's completed his 100 AA meetings. He's had all negative screens. He's been compliant. He hasn't missed a beat, Your Honor. And because of that, I think that Mr. Warhurst deserves promotion because he truly is working this program, Your Honor, and I'm very proud of Mr. Warhurst on today.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Warhurst, you heard all of that. Are you ready to be promoted?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
You have certainly worked hard. We are so proud of you. Yesterday in staffing, Ms. Robs made the recommendation. There was no objection to promoting you on today. And so you are going to phase 3, which is the maintenance phase. That's the phase where you show yourself first and then us that you are ready to do this with very little court intervention. We will always be in your corner, always have your back, always be available. But this is really where you show yourself what you're made of. Are you ready to do it?
Yes, Your Honor, I am. Yes.
All right, very good. Anything you want to tell us on today with respect to how you're doing your progress?
Everything is going so well. I mean, it really is. I'm amazed myself.
Yes. Are you still in contact with your family?
Yes. Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, and are they still amazed as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely they are.
I figured they will be. Yes, very good, very good. Mr. Kashiri, is there anything you'd like to add? And then I'll hear from the mentor. And Mr. Fikes, of course, if there's anything you want to add, jump in.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Warhurst, I just want to congratulate you on your phase advancement today. I just want to acknowledge all of the hard work that you've done. Despite, Mr. Warhurst is very big on acknowledging the support that he receives from others to maintain his recovery. I just want to say that this is all your hard work, all by your own hard work that your life is coming together. You're doing so well. You got a huge anniversary for Clean Time coming up soon.
Yeah.
He started CWT, so he'll be linked to employment resources, and he's just doing great. So congrats, Mr. Warhurst.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Yes. All right. For the mentor, anything?
No, Your Honor, just, I would just say the same thing. Ms. Rives, Mr. Kashiri said, Mr. Warhurst, you have done a phenomenal job. You can just see your growth just in your whole comportment and mannerism. You can just really tell that you have changed throughout this entire process. So just congratulations to you, Mr. Warhurst. I'm proud of you as well.
Thank you, sir.
All right, very good. If nothing else, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Warhurst for his promotion to phase 3. And then I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Warhurst for his service to this country. Thank you so much, Mr. Warhurst. We appreciate you. We are excited for you. I want you to do well. Don't cut any corners. Continue to work hard because we want you to be in recovery for a lifetime. Absolutely. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will.
There we go. All right. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Warhurst?
Your Honor, a face-to-face on March 1st, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. Warhurst?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. March 1st.
I won't see you until March. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day.
All right. You do the same. All right, Ms. Robs, tell us why you are recommending Mr. Jeffrey Franklin for promotion.
Your Honor, Mr. Franklin, he's had his share of challenges. He's been resilient. He's been dedicated to his recovery, making sure, Your Honor, that he, is steadfast and prioritizing his recovery. I know he's had some issues. We recently spoke regarding employment. But despite all of that, Mr. Franklin remains, compliant. He's done everything that the court has asked him to do. He remains a positive individual. He's had negative screens. He's just doing a really, really good job. And Your Honor, I just believe that this promotion would be a push for Mr. Franklin to continue to keep doing what he's doing, stay motivated. I'm very proud of him because he does what he's supposed to do, and he takes care of business. He's very family oriented. And Your Honor, he's met the requirements for the phase promotion, and I just would like to make that recommendation just to let him know that we do see what he's doing and keep up the good work.
All right, Mr. Franklin, unmute and tell me what you think about Ms. Rob's recommendation.
I'm grateful that she's made that recommendation. I feel that it's the right decision, and I'm going to make sure that I do everything possible to make sure that I prove to her that that was the correct decision. I'm grateful. Like I said, I enjoy any type of promotion in any aspect of life. And I'm just grateful and thankful. And I'm going to continue the same hard work, the same due diligence that I've always employed, but I'm just going to try to increase it and push it up a little bit more.
All right, very good. Mr. Franklin, we discussed your promotion in staffing, and everyone was in agreement that you are ready to be promoted to the next phase. And so we are excited for you. And I want you to know that we want you to continue to work hard. You've had a couple of things that have happened. Life has just happened, but you keep a good attitude, and we appreciate that. And that's going to always work better for you in life. I mean, life is going to happen, and it's not just what happens to you, it's how you respond to it that determines sometimes what happens next.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sometimes things just happen, but how we respond determines what happens next. And so we are excited for you, and we are proud of you. How's the job search going?
Well, I've had 4 preliminary interviews so far, but usually the job search takes from the time you start to about 4 to 6 weeks, because you go through multiple steps. You go through the first contact us saying they think they want more information. Then they usually have a couple of interviews like Zoom or Skype interviews. And then you have an interview with the department head, and then finally the interview with the person who's the highest in the company. And then sometimes they'll hire you in, or they will bring you in for a last final face-to-face interview. But it's a process, and I'm starting the process. Again, I've applied to about 70 or 80 places already. I mean, I went through this before I got here. I'm on all the job boards, and my resume is already posted. So it's I can do about 10, 15, 20 a day. I just have to read and make sure I qualify, and click. So I'm doing that process. I'm going to continue to do it. Like I said, I'm familiar with the whole entire process, and I'm just going to keep working until somebody else says yes.
There you go. I love it, Mr. Franklin. All right, Mr. Kusheri, mentor, Mr. Fikens, anything you want to add as to Mr. Franklin?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Just briefly, Mr. Franklin, I want to congratulate you on your phase advancement. I just want to acknowledge all of your hard work completing all of your SUD treatment. I know you're continuing to engage with HUD Badge for case management. I know that you have so much going on, looking for employment, that you're linked to voc rehab, that you are so motivated, that you have such an amazing skill set. I know that you will find something and continue to move forward. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. Franklin, you've just shown your commitment to this program. You show your commitment in all aspects of your life, and you should congratulate yourself for that, sir, because it is well deserving. So keep up the great work. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. If nothing else from the mentor, I am going to have everyone in the courtroom join me in congratulating Mr. Franklin on his promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Mr. Franklin. Congratulations. And then I also want you to join me in thanking Mr. Franklin for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Franklin. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right, Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, a face-to-face for February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, February 15th, it is. There we go. All right, I'll have you, Mr. Franklin, take good care of yourself, enjoy that grandbaby, and wait on them hand and foot like they have us do all the time.
Yes,
And we
ma'am.
will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you guys very much.
All right, take care.
Take
All
care.
right.
Bye-bye.
All right, you too. All right, Ms. Robs, I'm gonna let you and the case manager, I'm sorry, the mentor and Mr. Kusheri go into the breakout room with Mr. Stitt. Ms. Wilson, if you could send out those invitations, that would be great.
Ready?
All right. All right, very good. And so, Ms. Cleveland, where is Mr. Smith?
It's Mr. Hatcher, Your Honor, and
Hatcher, I'm sorry. I'm
he is-
saying Smith, it's Hatcher.
he's texting me now, but I don't know what he's doing. He's saying good morning to me. I sent him a message.
All right, so we're kind of at a standstill.
Yeah.
So then what I am going to do, Mr. Fikens, you were in staffing with us yesterday.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
I was going to see if we could do a couple of other people. I know Mr. Henderson, well, he's not on now. I need folks to turn on their cameras. That's what I need. Thank you. All right, Mr. Henderson, are you there?
There he is.
All right, Mr.
Good
Fikens.
morning, Judge
Mr.
Holmes.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson. You were a day early yesterday, and then this morning you came late, but it's okay. We so glad to see you.
Oh, no. I just had to
We
get some
glad to
help. I
see
wasn't
you.
late.
That's
I-
okay.
I
You're in good
used-
shape.
Okay.
You're in good shape. All right. Mr. Fikens, on yesterday, Mr. Henderson was recommended for promotion. So instead of stopping or bringing the docket to a halt, I'd like to proceed with his promotion.
Yes,
Are you okay with that?
I would agree, Your Honor. I certainly recommend that he be promoted too.
All right, wonderful. Then I'm going to call Mr. Henderson's cases. I have the following. I have case number SP 1104886, counts 1 and 3. And I also have case number U 598-43121. Mr. Henderson, state your full name for me. Mr. Henderson, can you hear me? Uh-oh, I don't think he can hear me. Mr. Henderson? I don't think he can hear me. All right, we'll have to wait until he can come in. And then for Ms. Robs.
Hello?
Mr. Henderson, can you hear me?
Yes, you breaking up though.
Okay, is it me or is it you?
It might be me because
It
the
might be.
Wi-Fi in here is not too well.
All right, so let's do this. I hope you can hear me. On yesterday, we state your name for the record first.
Orlando Maniche Henderson.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Henderson, on yesterday, we staffed your case and Ms. Robs made the recommendation to promote you on today to phase 2. What do you think about that?
I think that's great.
Okay, you think it's great? Very good. Ms. Robs indicated that you have, okay, yeah, thank you, Ms. Wilson. Ms. Robs indicated that you have been, did I lose Mr. Henderson? Where did he go? Mr. Henderson? There you are. Can you hear me, Mr. Henderson?
Yes, I can, but I keep fading in and out for some reason.
Okay. Well, you were recommended for promotion. Ms. Robs indicated that you've been doing very well, that you are in compliance, that you are working your program. And so her recommendation was to promote you, and the team agreed that you should be promoted. Are you ready to go to the next level?
Nope.
I lost Mr. Henderson again. Did Mr. Henderson come back? He didn't.
No, Judge.
All right, we'll take a brief recess, and as soon as Ms. Robs comes back, we'll start back up with our cases.
Yeah, sure.
Officer, you can mute me.
Mr. Pringle, I need you to remove your hat, please. I'm sorry, Mr. Purry. Thank you.
Hello?
No, you're like in a breakout room.
Mm.
Yeah, you just stay there,
Yeah.
say your name.
We hear you. You're fine.
Hello?
We hear you. Just stay right there. We'll be with you in a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is bad in the building.
Huh?
My Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi is bad.
You over there?
Yeah, we're sitting over there, but then I start breaking up. So they stand right here. Hey, stay right here for a second, man. You know how to use this, right?
You know how to use it. You don't sit there and stay just like that. You own. They gonna come. You own now. It's in the breakout room. When they come, they gonna say, "All I need to call you."
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Marshall.
Yes.
You can go on mute, please.
They'll call your name.
Okay, we're back on.
Everybody checking in.
All right, thank you. I'm ready to continue with Mr. Henderson's case. And so that means everybody else please make sure that you mute yourself. All right, very good. Mr. Henderson,
Yes,
we're promoting you. We are promoting you to phase 2. We want to encourage you to continue to do well, okay? Oh, he has a horrible connection this morning. So I don't know what more I can do.
Judge Holmes,
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
All right, me too. All right, I'm going to have everybody in the courtroom join me for 2 things. Congratulating Mr. Henderson on his promotion to phase 2, and also thanking Mr. Henderson for his service to this country and to each of us. Thank you, Mr. Henderson, and congratulations.
Thank you, Judge
Congratulations
Holmes.
to you. Mr. Henderson,
Yes, Judge Holmes.
did you say something to me?
Yes, I said, well, well, actually, I want to say thank you for promoting me. And I'm still trying to do the best job that I can here at the Dom. And I'm looking forward to paying all my tickets. And I'm looking forward to doing whatever they need me to do here. And when I get out, I'm hoping that I can continue with all this great success I've got.
All right, that's our plan, Mr. Henderson. That's the plan, okay?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Scott, do you serve as the mentor for Mr. Henderson?
Good morning. Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, what would you like to add?
I would just like to add that Mr. Henderson has made great strides. He really has. I'm proud of him. He's continuously works on taking control of his emotions and thinking before he speaks and reacts. He does have hiccups like we all do, but I can definitely see the change in him. So I'm proud of you, Orlando. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're supposed to do.
All right, very good. I need a return to court date for Mr. Henderson. He has been promoted to phase 2. That should take him 3 weeks out. So I am going to take the liberty of putting Mr. Henderson's next date to meet with Ms. Robbs on February 22nd, 2022. And I'll put him on for 10:30 a.m. All right, Mr. Henderson?
I got it, Judge Holmes.
All right, very good. Take care of yourself. Well, thank you, Mr. Henderson. Thank you. All right, take good care of yourself.
I will.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Miss Cleveland, Mr. Hatcher has not turned on his camera. There are a few of you, I have turned off your camera. If you're driving, you cannot be on Zoom. Also, if you're moving around, have a seat somewhere, and then we'll make sure you get your camera back on, because the moving around is really tough. Mr. Ubri, you are new to the program. I really want you to stay engaged, because you should be learning from some of your other counterparts just about how you got here, and maybe you'll hear some of their struggles, some of their successes. And so you're supposed to be engaged, okay? All right. I see you moving, but I just want to make sure you know that, okay? All right, let's do it. I am going to go to Mr. Hatcher. Mr. Hatcher, good morning to you.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you this morning?
Tired.
Why are you tired? Lift that camera up so I see less of your undershirt that goes under a shirt, and I see your face. Mr. Hatcher, what are you tired from?
Work. I had just got off.
You just got off. All right, how's work going?
It's going good.
It is very good. Mr. Hatcher, you are working your program. If you would have been on a little bit earlier, you would have been in the first number of people that were getting promoted, because that's the recommendation that Ms. Cleveland made in our staffing this week, is that you be promoted to phase 3. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it. I know I
You ready?
tried to be on earlier. Yeah, I was ready. I set my alarm and everything. I just ain't hear it.
I understand it. I understand, but you a working man, and I love it. You know it. You're never gonna have a problem with me about a man working. All right. And so, Mr. Hatcher, and you know I want you to have 2 jobs. I'm gonna let you roll with one for a little while before I harass you. Yes, sir. And you gotta have a side hustle, a legal, legitimate side hustle. That's right. That's for the, you know, for the Gucci bags and all of that stuff, you know, that women like, diamonds and pearls and stuff. I'm just saying. All right. So Mr. Hatcher's like, what? What's she talking about? Mr. Hatcher, you have done so well. Look, you came to this program literally kicking and screaming and trying to find an exit. And now you are here, you are working, you have been doing everything you're supposed to do. You're getting up, you go into your testing, you're in compliance. I am proud of you, young man. I am.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tell me something and share with the courtroom, something that you've learned that has helped you on this journey.
Oh man, I learned so much stuff. I learned about self-care and just being stronger for myself mentally and physically. It was hard, but it got easier over time. I didn't, like you said, I didn't want to do it at first, but as I got to learning more and doing more and understanding what the help was for, it got easier and better. So it's really good for real. I appreciate the help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate that. We were patient with you long enough for you to decide that you wanted to do something different and work the program, because you're doing a great job. I'm going to hear from Ms. Cleveland and then Mr. Scott, who graciously took you on as a mentee, even though you're not one of our veterans. I love it. I absolutely do. All right, Ms. Cleveland, we staffed him on yesterday. Is there anything additional? Ask to Mr. Hatcher.
No, Your Honor, I am commending him for his diligent and hard work. He's been committed. He keeps in touch with me. He has gotten the best progress report from DRP. So I wanted him to know that as well. And I'm just waiting for some final things and that he has to complete, but that's not very much that he has to do. And I would like to recommend him, Your Honor, to promotion to phase 3.
All right, very good. Mr. Scott, anything you want to add? Ask to Mr. Hatcher, and then I'll hear from attorneys if you want to add anything.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, just real quick. Your Honor, Mr. Hatcher is a remarkable young man. I really enjoy chopping it up with him. The reason why he's so tired is because he's trying to become a millionaire. By the time he's 27, he works all the time.
Do it.
He's either on his way to work or coming from work. One thing I just want to just touch on real quick. You mentioned self-care, Mr. Hatch. That is so important, as we just seen these tragedies in the community with these young gifted people taking their own lives. So self-care is paramount. And you might not have 2 jobs, but you're definitely working like 2 men. So you just keep up the good work, Mr. Hatch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna take that in, Mr. Scott. I'm gonna take that in. If you work like 2 men, will I give you a pass? I'm gonna think about that. All right. All right. Come on, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, anything you want to add?
Yes, Judge, I certainly, Mr. Hatcher, you've shown remarkable insight for a man of your young age, and you're showing yourself, and I think you're developing confidence in yourself because of what you're doing and how you're responding to situations, and you should be proud of yourself for doing that. Keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Mr. Hatcher. You have a great attitude. Keep up the good work and drive safely. I know you have that driver's license now. Drive safely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I don't drive fast.
All right, very good. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Hatcher on his promotion to phase 3. You are almost there, Mr. Hatcher. You are almost there. Come on, keep up the good work. You are doing a great job. Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Hatcher?
Your Honor, now that he's promoted to phase 3, if it's all right, he would have a face-to-face on March 1st, 2022 at 10:30 a.m., Your Honor.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Hatcher?
Yes, I got it.
All right, and your case number, I didn't put it on the record, I don't believe, it's 200-550-9301. Go and be well, Mr. Hatcher. I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Are we ready on Mr. Stitt at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where's Mr. Stitt? I don't see him. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Let's go to Mr. Smith. Nathaniel Smith, come on, Mr. Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, how are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Let me place your case number on the record. I have case number 1805732-901. Mr. Stitt, state your full name for me.
Mr. Nathaniel D. Love Smith.
Smith, yes, I think I said Stitt. Mr. Smith, yes. And you gonna put that D Love in there. That's sir, that's your full name. All right. All right, Mr. Smith, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it was a rough weekend, but I'm doing good.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that we could do to help you with respect to the rough weekend that you had?
Not really. It's just I just gotta be patient, time. I got diagnosed with COVID, but I don't have any symptoms, so I'm stuck on quarantine. So that other than that, and then I got job offers that I can't take because the second and third shift, and I could either get there but don't have a ride home because the buses don't run that late, or I can go. It's either I can get there, don't have a ride after work, or I can not get there and have a ride home because the second and third shift at midnight, around midnight, the bus is not running out there where the job will offer. I got 2 job offers. That's frustrating because I got my license, but I don't have a car. So I have reached out to my family, which is like a long shot, but I reached out to my support system and trying to get some form of transportation, do an IOU some way, because I'm missing out on some good jobs, good paying jobs, because I just don't have transportation. And I do realize now that I might have to get another like low paying job so I can get a vehicle, get a note or something. So I just have to like redo my plan, because I at this point I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get in school this semester. So I just have to focus on finding work. At first I was going to try school, and school will help get me through, because they give you a stipend and refund. It would have worked out because I've done it before, but that's not going to be an option. So it was just real frustrating between COVID.
So let me ask this of the mentors, Ms. Robbs, Mr. Kusheri, is there anything at all that are resources that we can point him to help him to overcome this transportation challenge?
Your Honor, one of the things based on Mr. Smith's last hearing, we did discuss him moving forward and trying to get his license. So we did discuss that. Mr. Smith knows he has to contact Secretary of State.
Well, he's got his license. He's got his license. He just reported that he got it.
I'm sorry.
Yes, he got it. He's having transportation issues because he doesn't have a car.
Lake Ridge, if Mr. Smith talks with Lake Ridge, I'm sure that they will assist him in that area as far as transportation. because that's where he is
Now,
at
he's
this
saying he
time.
works the midnight, the offers are for the midnight shift. And so, Ms. Robs, can you connect with Mr. Williams? I don't know how transportation is available and if it's available that late at night, but can you check to see? Because we want him working.
Absolutely.
We want
Your
him
Honor.
working. We definitely want him working. I think that's good for him. And at this stage where he is in the program and in the process, I believe that it would be beneficial to him to work.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll make sure to reach
Okay.
out to Mr. Williams on today.
All right, so Mr. Smith, this is what I want you to do before you start turning down jobs and things. I want you to let Miss Robs, and I want you to reach out as well, because those are things you're gonna have to do when we're no longer around. Reach out, which it sounds like you have. You've reached out to your support, and sometimes that can be difficult, especially when you're dealing with family. And so I applaud you for that. I do. But let's make sure, reach out to Lake Ridge, Ms. Jonathan Williams, and let's see what they have available as far as transportation. So you can get to one of those 2 jobs that are good paying jobs, so that you can not just have, purpose for getting up every day, but also you got expenses. You got to cover your living expenses and things of that nature. Start saving, start budgeting, all those good things. So let's do that. And Ms. Rob, circle back to me. That would be great.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. All right, Mr. Smith, what else can we help you with?
That's about it. Cause I'm still focusing on my recovery. I every day I wake up, and even though I always feel like I need to make a next step, I gotta do something. I can't be stagnant. Yes, job is very important. I want a job. I need it. So I'm not gonna be here forever. I need to secure myself while I'm here so I can make the next step. But I have to remember that my recovery comes before all that. So with this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's like I try to keep that in my forefront, read and do what I gotta do to be mindful. It's just, I know it's this time, even with schooling, there's the COVID thing. So I was planning on going up there, scheduled to go up there, then I got positive for COVID. And that really it put a pause on what I was trying to do. But it's still there. So I just got to remember there's always tomorrow. And if there's a will, there's a way. So other than that, I'm fine. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with my progress. I was reading a journal the other day that I wrote when I first got to the Dom in 2020. And it's amazing how far I've come. So I just try to remember where I used to be, where I'm at now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm doing a lot better. Even with thinking about my license, it was 2 years ago. License, what? Birth certificate, ID. Like, I went from birth certificate to ID to license within a year, and it's amazing. Yeah. So it's progress. Yeah, so I have to remember that when I'm going through.
Absolutely. You are making progress, and you've accomplished some really good things that are going to help you to continue to make progress. We're proud of you, Mr. Smith. We are. All right. Miss Robs, is there anything else that you need to disclose about Mr. Smith? And if not, we'll go to the mentor and Mr. Kusheri.
Your Honor, as reported yesterday in staffing, Mr. Smith is in compliance. No issues to report.
All right. Wonderful. Let me hear from the mentor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Congratulations, Mr. Smith, with your progress. You're absolutely right. Going through this journey, we can look back at times and just see that we're not the same person that we started. You take a puppy and look at him 3 years later, it's the same animal, but they're two different, it's the same animal, but they're two different dogs. So, and we can learn from that progress. What I will say, I know, and Mr. Kusheri, you may be able to back me up. The VA has initiated a program called Ride Share, but I don't know, Your Honor, if it's just applicable for veterans with appointments or if it's for transportation for getting into employment as well. I can't speak to, but I will find out today. I will speak with some individuals who do know, and if that is a viable option, for Mr. Smith, I will pass that on to him. Let him know what he needs to do to get involved with that as far as getting back and forth from work.
All right, wonderful, wonderful, thank you. Mr. Kushiri?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. And thank you, Mr. Scott. That's a great suggestion. I am not clear on if it's only 4 appointments. So that's definitely something that I'll look into as well. And I appreciate you and all of the resources that you're aware of at the VA. Mr. Smith, I also wanted to say that there are, there's a limited supply of Lyft and Uber cards that I have access to, but I am not sure that's sustainable. So I want to make sure that, you're in a position where we have a plan that can help you succeed long-term. If you get a ride for 1 day or 2 days, that's just not going to cut it. We want something that's going to be a little more permanent. So I'll look and see what's available, and Mr. Scott will do his due diligence as well to see what we can come up with to try and help you as best we can. And Your Honor, he's compliant with everything at the VA. He's only engaged in psychiatry for medications, and he's stable and compliant. All of his other treatment is non-VA. So from a clinical standpoint, through the VA, he's entirely compliant.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Kushiri. Anything from any of the other team members as to anything else? Nothing else from any of the team members?
No,
All right,
Judge.
Ms. Robs. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Smith?
Your Honor,
Where did Mr. Smith go?
I'm not sure, Your
I
Honor.
don't see him. Okay. I was looking for him and I definitely don't see him.
No,
He
he's
may
not
have lost
on.
his connection. All right. He's in great shape, Ms. Robs. Let's get a date, and then if you could follow up with him to let him know what's next for Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, a face-to-face on February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, very good, very good. All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. Make sure you circle back to him for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and Zach Hankins is in the waiting room. I'm not sure why Mr. Hankins is joining us so late, but
He was
okay.
scheduled till 9:45, Judge.
He is on for 9:45. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's leave him there. I thought he was a veteran. My apologies. All right, very good. Let's go to Mr. Stitt. Mr. Stitt, and actually, I'm sorry, Mr. Stitt, the Wayne County Jail is on this morning, and I'm looking to see. I believe that's Mr. Alexander, Marquise Alexander, if my memory serves me correctly, but he's not on my docket for today. Can you put him up in the system and see what his return to court date is? I'm sorry. March 2nd. All right. Good morning, Mr. Alexander, and good morning at the Wayne County Jail.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you're not due to see me until March 2nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m., okay?
Can I ask for a favor?
Oh, I don't know if I have any favors on Tuesdays, but you can ask me.
I thought I'm supposed to see you every Wednesday or something like that. Yeah, March 2nd is a Wednesday.
No, not every Wednesday. So you're gonna see me on March, what did we say, March 2nd? And March 2nd is a Wednesday, okay?
Yeah, do you think you can do it for February 16th so I can give you the update on what happened with the felonies? Because I'm trying to make bond.
No,
on
I'll
that
get the update. No, I'll get the update, okay?
Can
I'll get the update.
Yeah, because I was gonna try to make bond. If they was gonna lower it on the 10th, I go back to see them on the 10th. I'll try to see if I can probably see you like on the 16th. So it won't be so far apart.
No, I'm not gonna see you until March 2nd because when I gave you an opportunity to work the program, you didn't. And so I'm gonna see you on March 2nd, but I'll get an update, okay? On whatever happens in your court proceedings. So I want you to have a good day, okay, Mr. Alexander?
No, I'm not gonna have a good day, but all right.
All right, well, try hard. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Mr. Stitt at this time.
Mr. Smith is back on, Judge, just.
Stitt, oh,
Mr.
Mr.
Smith.
Smith. Mr. Smith, you're in good shape. You have to take that hoodie off in my courtroom, but it looks like you're outside. And so Ms. Ross will call you and give you your next court date, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. Now let's go to Mr. Stitt. I have the following for Mr. Stitt, case number 0537452. Mr. Stitt, state your full name for me, please. Oh, you have to unmute for me.
Willis Allen Stitt, Your Honor.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Stitt.
Good morning to you too.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? Very good. I had you go in a breakout room with Miss Robs and the Mr. Kusheri and your mentor, and so they have advised you.
Yes. Yes.
All right. They have advised you on what you need to do, and I want you to know that that came from me. It is a part of my order. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I want you to get it done, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Very good. How are you doing otherwise, Mr. Stitt?
I've got my hands full here at the job. I'm doing okay, I guess. I'm doing okay. Just a couple of things. Just a couple of things. I learned that some things that look like fun and really aren't fun. I saw some guys out having fun at the bus stop, and they looked at me like, how come I wasn't joining in? They actually got mad at me.
Well, I'm glad you didn't join in.
Yeah, I didn't join in.
All right. All right. And so, Mr. Stitt, have you been having a good morning, Miss Lisa? You did a great job yesterday. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Stitt?
Yes.
Are you having any issues, any difficulties that we need to know about so that we can make sure we keep you on track?
Well, I just spoke to Ms. Robs and Mr. Kusuri about my problem, and I think we're going to have that under control.
All right. And so Miss Kusheri, Mr. Kusheri, Miss Robs, I don't know if it's something that we can disclose on the record, but certainly we'll circle back to me. I know what we talked about yesterday in staffing, and that's probably what Mr. Stitt is referring to. And so you can update me in staffing on that, okay? All right. Mr. Stitt, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, you guys have a good day, just like I will. No questions, Your Honor. No questions.
All right. All right, Mr. Kusheri, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor, nothing further.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Robs. Anything you'd like to add?
Your Honor, no, Mr. Stitt is in compliance as reported on yesterday. No issues to report, and I will definitely follow up with you, Your Honor, and inform you of the plan going forward for him.
All right, very good. Who served as his mentor?
I do, yeah.
Mr. Parker, anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Stitt?
Only the honor that he's a very rambunctious young man. He keeps himself pretty busy working, and when we talk, and we do that often, he's usually at home either watching TV, enjoying certain of the movies that we talk about, some of the old movies that we used to watch. Some I can't even remember right at the moment, and playing his music. So he's doing well. He's doing very well, and I encourage him, and he already knows that he can always talk. We can always talk when he needs to talk, and he's really a fun person to talk to. He keeps me laughing.
Okay.
And so,
All right.
yeah, just keep up the good work. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right,
Franklin.
thank you. All right, if nothing else, Ms. Robs, did you have a question, Mr. Stitt?
Yeah, to Miss Robs. Miss Robs, call me as soon as possible. You can today. I'm getting ready to go out in the field right now. I'm gonna keep my phone on me. It's trying to die on me too.
Okay.
Okay, I'll keep my phone
All
on me.
right. All right, very good. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, a face-to-face on February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Stitt?
Face to face, I didn't get the date.
February 15th.
February 15th, 10:30 a.m. face to face down at the courthouse.
Yes. No, sir. Miss Robs will connect with you, okay?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Face to face with Miss Robs. Okay, I understand.
All right, very good.
February 15th, face to face with Miss Robs.
Yes. And then what I've ordered you to do through Ms. Robs and Mr. Kusheri, hopefully you'll have that done before I see you. You should have it done. You must have it done. Let me say it that way. You must have it done before I see you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, thank you very much. Enjoy your day, Mr. Stitt.
You too, Your Honor. Everybody enjoy your day.
All right. All right, thank you. I am ready to go to. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. He's a veteran. Look at Mr. Stitt. Thank you, Mr. Stitt. Yes, thank you. We appreciate you. That's right. Celebrate yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all that. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. We are going to keep moving with Mr. McKinley. Mr. McKinley, if you could unmute for me. I have the following case for you. I have case number 210-567-6801. State your full name for me.
My name is Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
That's good. I know you have been listening and engaged. And so I want to know from you, what have you learned since the last time I've seen
you? What I've learned throughout this whole course is take a look at self. You know, self is the primary factor in your life. So I've gave myself a self inventory, and now I'm just overlooking the things and trying to overcome my shortcomings.
All right. Yeah, that self-inventory is amazing, isn't it? And it can be difficult to do, right?
That's for sure. Yes. Yes. We always look outward, but never inward. Yes, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right. What's been a challenge to you, Mr. McKinley, since the last time I've seen you?
To be honest with you, Your Honor, life has been going pretty good. Actually, I've been trying to make all my appointments and trying to work on doing better for myself and advancing. One of the things that I did learn in regards to what you're speaking on was under recovery is what do you do next? You know, after you work on your recovery, what do you do with your recovery? And I found that to be a very interesting aspect of recovery.
Yes. All right. And hopefully with the services that are being provided to you, you will come up with some good what's next. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Is there anything you need us to help you with, Mr. McKinley?
No, I appreciate everything everyone is doing and have done. And I like to thank everyone at this time and show my gratification for it all. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Ms. Robs, anything additional to report on Mr. McKinley? You reported on yesterday that he completed Emmanuel House and that he's in compliance, doing what he's supposed to do. What else do you have on Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, Mr. McKinley, as reported on yesterday, he's in full compliance. No issues to report at this time.
All right, very good. Mr. Kusheri, do you have anything?
Sure, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. McKinley, I just want to congratulate you on your progress, continuing to do well. It's good to see you. I know that we haven't spoken in a few weeks, and I'm glad that you're continuing to comply and do all of the hard work. He completed substance use programming, Your Honor. He continues to engage in outpatient mental health. The CWT consult was just put in this week for him. He's doing great.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. For the attorneys, anything for Mr. McKinley?
Just keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. We know it's not easy. Be safe, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if I might add, Mr. McKinley, you always pay attention. You're always listening. You're always watching. It just reflects on the type of good person you are. So please keep up the great work. And I know you will. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, very good. And then for the mentor, anything you'd like to add as to Mr. McKinley?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Congratulations, Mr. McKinley. I know when I first met you, you gave me the impression that you were about your business, and clearly you have been completing Emmanuel House, because I went to go look for you last week and I gave you a name and they brought me somebody else that was different. I was like, no, that's not who I'm looking for. So I called Ms. Robbs and I said, where is Mr. McKinley? She's like, he's finished. So congratulations, Mr. McKinley. If you need anything, you have my card. I will reach out to you again. I will call you just to make sure, if there's anything that I can assist you with, that I'll make myself available to you. But great job.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Thank you.
All right, very good, very good. All right, if nothing else, Ms. Robbs, what's the return to court date for Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very good. Before Mr. McKinley leaves us, please join me in thanking Mr. McKinley for his service to this country and to us. Thank you, Mr. McKinley. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, take care.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. All right, Mr. O'Brien, we are ready for you. I have case number 210-611-8501. State your full name for the record. Unmute for me.
Marcus O'Brien.
All right, Mr. O'Brien, how are you today?
I'm a little tired, but I'm okay.
Why are you tired?
I work 12 hours a day.
You do? Okay. All right, I understand it. I still need you to be engaged in court with us, okay? I know you're doing your best. And so if you could, that would be great. All right?
So I was engaged. I was listening to everything. Even though I was muted, I was listening to everything.
Right, but you had your camera off, and that's what I had you very early on my list. But when I got ready to call you, your camera was off. So I go to the next person.
Okay.
All right. This is your first review. What do you think of the program so far?
I think it's fine. I think it's a well-oiled organization. But it's kind of a wake-up call for me. I'm glad it happened. Okay, I'm very glad it happened. I was developing some very bad habits. I was going down the slope, and I saw myself going down that slope, and I couldn't stop it. I see now, but this situation has put the brakes on it for me, and I understand a lot. My eyes has opened up a lot more. I see things better, more clearly, and a little bit more in depth. So now it's about just putting in the work.
All right, very good, very good. I'm glad you're here, Mr. O'Brien. This is your second week. We had the opportunity to staff, and there were no issues to report with respect to you. So that means you're showing up for your testing, you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. And we know that we still need to get the assessments done through no fault of your own. Ms. Robbs assures me that they're working on it. And so I just want to encourage you, you're very new, to stay on course with us. It gets better, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, anything additional to report on Mr. O'Brien?
Your Honor, just a little update, but he has completed his assessment. I was able to confirm with Mr. Kushiri, he completed it. We do have the risk and needs level. Outside of that, Your Honor, as reported on yesterday, Mr. O'Brien is doing well. He's testing compliant. No issues to report.
All right, very good, very good. Anything else from any of the other team members asked to Mr. O'Brien? This is his first review. Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, Attorney Reed, sorry to interrupt you first.
No, I was just indicating, no comments for Mr. OB, but congratulations. Keep up the good work. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Aubry, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Daniel Kusheri, the social worker from the VA hospital that was speaking with you over the last couple of weeks. And I just wanted to let you know that it's good to see you and put a face with a name. Your Honor, I know that I wasn't here for his sentencing. I just wanted to say that Mr. Aubry is an honorably discharged Army veteran, having served from 86 to 90. His assessment was completed. Since he was screened by Ms. Robs, he has been motivated to comply with this program, and he's already linked to treatment, and he's doing great.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Kusheri, for that update. All right, Mr. O'Brien, any questions for the team?
I just got one question.
Okay.
I don't know, do I have to link up with the defense attorneys? I didn't know anything about that. Because I see they're involved with the other claims. Is that a step for me? Is that a necessary step?
So did you have your own attorney for your intake?
Yeah, I did at the time, but now he's gone. His services are finished.
Okay, very good. And so, yes, you will link up with them. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, one of you can even go in a breakout room with him this morning, introduce yourselves, let him know the service that you're providing for him. That would be great.
Yes, I will certainly go into a breakout room with Mr. Overy right now, Judge, or when.
All right. Thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. O'Brien. We'll take care of that. Ms. Robs, what's the return to court date for Mr. O'Brien?
Your Honor, I have February 15th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. O'Brien?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, before you leave, we want to thank you for your service to this country, therefore your service to us. So please join me in thanking Mr. O'Brien. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Take care. You're going to get an invitation to a breakout room with Mr. Fikens. Please do that at this time. Officer, I need you to mute me for just a second.
Thank you, Judge. I have the invitation.
All right, very good. Let's keep going. Thank you for your patience. Let's keep going. I am ready on, let's do our intake. Mr. Marshall.
Judge, if I
Marshall,
may,
I am, yes.
Jesse Reed, Vet Court Defense Attorney. Your Honor, after talking with Mr. Marshall in the breakout room and reviewing the ROA, I came to the conclusion that Mr. Marshall's cases have not been adjudicated. There's no guilty plea on any of the charges. This is a state case, so the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office would have to get involved. And I believe that Mr. Marshall should be counseled by the Misdemeanor Defender's Office. This is a ticket from 2013, and it would be on Judge Bryant's docket, but there's nothing in the ROA indicating that any of the charges have been adjudicated. So my recommendation is, at this point, that Mr. Marshall's case be placed on Judge Bryant's docket so that the Wayne County Prosecutor can decide how they wish to proceed, and Mr. Marshall might be counseled by the Misdemeanor Defender's Office.
Okay, Mr. Marshall's case came to me from Judge Robbins. At least that's what was reported in staffing.
Your Honor, initially, if I may, initially it was under Judge Robbins. Then it had, I looked at it at the top, it does have Judge Bryant, but originally he was with Judge Robbins.
So who referred him to us?
He was a referral through our VJOC, Your Honor. He's a community referral because he was on.
Oh, okay, so that's what happened. All right, very good. So Judge Bryant doesn't even know that she needs to work through a plea with the gentleman because she's not had an opportunity to do so. All right,
That's correct, Your Honor. And I believe that the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office may want to offer some kind of plea deal, but he should be counseled by the Misdemeanor Defender's Office because this is a 2013 case, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm sending a message to Judge Bryant, and I am going, because I want to get him to the right place. Do you all know someone who's in the defender's office? The public defender's office, maybe you all can reach out to him. I don't want to just send him on his way. I want to make sure we hand him off properly to Judge Bryant so that he comes back to us the right way.
Judge, I believe there's a Misdemeanor Defender's Attorney assigned to Judge Bryant's office, but I don't know offhand who that person is.
All right, let me, if you could call over Ms. Mack, let's find out. Let her know we have a community referral for Veterans Treatment Court and that, good morning. She said, give me a minute. Okay, I'll get a chance to talk to her. That's okay. She just texted back and said, give me a minute. Okay. And then Mr. Marshall will tell you where to go. So I want you to just stay with us for a few more minutes, okay?
Judge, I also wanted to make sure that there are no outstanding warrants for Mr. Marshall. He's been very cooperative and patient, and
well, let's have Miss Mack run Mr. Marshall and see if he has, James Marshall, see if he has anything else outstanding. We'll look at it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That way everything can go to Judge Bryant and he'll be in good shape when he comes back to us. All right. Very good. I want to keep going. I have next, I have last name Lane. Is it Crystal Lane? Uh-oh, she's gone.
That is who that was, Your Honor.
Okay, where's Miss Lane? She's not on here now. Oh, she went to the breakout room. Okay. Miss Lane? All right, I'm gonna keep moving.
There we go, Miss Lane.
Miss Lane, are you there? Miss Lane, can you hear us? hear Ms. Lane. He only has that one case. All right, Mr. Fikens, Mr. Marshall has only that one case outstanding. That's it. There's nothing else outstanding. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you.
Ms. Lane, are you with us? If not, I'm gonna have to move on.
I'm with you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Judge, good morning.
Hello?
Hi, Ms. Lane. The judge is taking a phone call right now. She'll be there with you in a minute. I can hear you, but you're breaking up a little bit.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks. The judge will be
Thank
back
you.
in just a minute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can turn me back on. All right, and so this is what's gonna happen to Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall is going to dial into Judge Bryant's courtroom and into her Zoom courtroom. Judge Bryant has already been placed on notice. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, he will not be able to work out a deal today, but he will meet with the attorneys that are assigned to Judge Bryant's courtroom. And then he'll hopefully get referred back to us. Let me give you the dial-in. What's the dial-in for Judge Bryant? Does anybody know it offhand? Yes. All right. What, Mr. Marsh, you have a pen and paper? Here we go. 360 339 0000 360 339 0000. You should have 4 zeros at the end, okay? Unmute yourself for me.
Mr. Marshall, unmute.
You're on mute, Mr. Marshall. There you
Hello?
go.
There you
Good.
go.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to hang up and dial in to Judge Bryant, and you'll be referred back to us eventually, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Judge Holmes.
All right, thank you, sir.
No
All
problem.
right, let's go to Miss Lane. I'm ready on Miss Lane. I have the following. I have case number Z8060021. Miss Lane, state your full name, please.
Mr. Lane.
All right, Miss Lane, good morning to you.
Morning. How are you, Ms. Holmes? Judge Holmes.
I'm well. How are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. I see that you're at work today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Miss Lane, are you having any issues? Anything you need us to work through with you?
I'm actually just kind of starting a job, so I kind of ran out of finances to say, and it's becoming a complication with my drops right now until I get my next check in a week and a half.
All right. Now, Miss Lane, when you was working, were you paying on your fines and costs?
On my fines and costs?
Yes.
No, ma'am, I need to take care of that.
All right, so here's
Oh,
the
it was
thing.
for a moment that I was homeless, actually, that I was going through problems with housing.
Now, we didn't know anything about you being homeless, Miss Lane. Miss Robs, did you know anything about Miss Lane being homeless? I ask you all the time, any issues you need us to help you with, anything we need to know about. Certainly, if you're homeless, we would need to know that.
I was staying with someone. I wasn't on the streets.
Okay, but still, you know that your case manager is supposed to know where you're living at all times.
Oh, she know.
I promise you, you ain't gonna win this one.
Yes, ma'am.
I promise you, I'm like quick draw McGraw. All right, so Miss Lane, this is what we'll do. I'm glad you found a new job. Miss Robs, you can check because I don't know if we have resources still available to help with drops. If we do, we can help her with some drops. We can't pay for all of them because she's not been paying on our fines and costs. We can't do that. And when you were working, you didn't pay on it. So you're gonna have to tighten up the belt and make some real sacrifices, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, other than that, so you'll get with Miss Robs to talk about what that looks like. Other than needing some help with your drops, how are things going otherwise?
Pretty good. I've been doing that class. It's actually, I'm putting it online. So it's actually very informative. I've been learning a lot, but it is a lot, but I've been learning a lot while doing it.
Is that your accepted responsibility as mandatory piece?
Yes.
All right, very good. It's a lot, but you're learning a lot. I love it. So listen, when you get finished with that class, I want you to come back and tell us what you learned in the class, okay?
Okay, I actually been sharing a lot with my fiance. She told me she feel like she's in the class with me.
That's good. That's good. Look here. We want everybody connected to us to be winning. So if I have something good going on, I'm gonna share it with the people that are connected to me because I want winners around me. And if I'm winning, I'm doing something, I'm winning, I need everybody else to be winning with me. How about that?
Definitely.
All right, very good. Very good. Miss Robs, come on, tell me about Miss Lane.
Your Honor, as reported yesterday, Ms. Lane is doing well. She did report, I do want to update the court, Your Honor. She did report that she started a new job on yesterday, but also in addition to that, she's going to probably go back to her old job at 4. So, but outside of that, Your Honor, she's in compliance, no issues to report at this time.
All right, very good. Anything else from any of the other team members?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, if nothing else, Ms. Robs, what's next for Ms. Lane?
Your Honor, it will be a face-to-face on February 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, Ms. Lane, did you get that? You'll meet with Ms. Robs?
Yes, ma'am, February the 22nd.
There you go.
22, got it.
All right, very good. All right, Ms. Lane, I want you to do well. Take good care of yourself, continue to work your program, and get with Ms. Robs and update her on what's going on with you. She's supposed to know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. You have a beautiful day. And be careful out
Thank
tomorrow.
you. I will. You do the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. For Mr. Marshall, case number 13062-33301, we're going to transfer that to Judge Bryant's docket. All right, very good. I think the only other veteran I have that's in the virtual courtroom, I'm going to ask Mr. Purry if he's not driving and he doesn't have his hat on, if he would turn on his video so that we can do his case. And then, officer, I need you to tell me who's in the courtroom. Mr. Purry, is Mr. Purry on? You can just read me the names.
Okay.
Who are they?
I'm here, Judge. Good morning. Yes, ma'am.
Aldridge. Okay.
Aaron Adams.
Okay.
I'm here, Judge.
1 second, Mr. Purry.
Okay.
Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenn in the courtroom? Mr. Glenn, good morning to you. All right, let's do it. Let me go to and actually, Mr. Perry, unfortunately, the folks that are in the courtroom got on before you did. What happened to you this morning?
I was driving. I had an appointment this morning.
All right, I'm gonna have to put you on hold for a second. I need to address
Okay.
some folks that got here before you did. All
My
right?
battery is getting kind of low. I'm gonna try to plug my phone
You
up.
better find you a charger then. Find you a charger, sir. Find you a charger. So go ahead on, turn your camera off and put your phone on the charger while I do these other 3 cases. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go with, I'm gonna go to Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenn, who brought you here this morning?
I drove, Your Honor.
You drove?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Glenn, why are you coming in this morning?
I think I'm supposed to do this live.
You supposed to be in the box.
See Miss Rod.
Oh, you just gonna see Miss Rod. Don't scare me, Mr. Glenn. I'm like, you're not supposed to be in no box. All right, because Mr. Glenn, you're scheduled for a face-to-face or a meeting with Miss Ross today. So that's why you're here. All right, but you're doing good.
Yeah.
And you drove yourself here.
Yeah.
You drove safely.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Glenn. You been being kind?
Yeah.
You been being nice? You all right with me, Mr. Glenn? All right, I'm not gonna see you until your next court date. Ms. Robs, what is gonna be that return to court date for case number U587-67520 for Mr. Carl Glenn? What's his return to court date?
It would be, Your Honor, February 22nd. I'm sorry, Your Honor, it would be, he's 3 weeks. It would be, yes, that's it, February 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. So Mr. Glenn, Ms. Robs is gonna come down and service you, okay? All right, very good. So good to see you in person. All right, Mr. Glenn, and you being nice and kind. I love it. I do. All right, very good. I also have and before Mr. Glenn leaves, I want to make sure that we thank him for his service. So I need everybody in the courtroom. Come on, thank you, Mr. Glenn. Thank you. All right, very good. All right, Ms. Ross, I believe that Mr. Aldridge needs to go into a breakout room with an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
I'll need you to come down and set him up. Before you do that, I'm going to do Mr. Adams and Mr. Purry. And then that way you'll be in good shape. You won't be running all around, okay?
I'm actually in the courtroom, Your Honor. I'm in the
Ms.
back.
Ross, I promise you, I didn't see you come in here. I didn't. Okay, I didn't. I'll be paying attention. All right, very good. So are you ready for, I'll have him come in as soon as we do these other 2 cases, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Let's go to Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams is here. Why is Mr. Adams in the courtroom today, Ms. Rob?
Your Honor, he has challenges with the Zoom application. So he comes in to the court because it's better for him in terms of the Zoom application.
All right, very good. So Mr. Adams, I'm gonna have you stand way back there, way back there. And I'm just gonna have you talk real loud, okay? All right, you can do it, right?
I can go.
Yes, you can. All right, very good. Let me place your case number on the record. Z808-1351. State your name for me, Mr. Adams.
Aaron Frederick Adams.
All right, Mr. Adams, how are you today?
I'm fine.
You doing fine? You're not babysitting today.
No, I think she went to school today.
Oh, I'm so glad those babies are back in school. What?
I'm still okay.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm so happy. All of my grands went back, all 3 of them. And after Sunday night dinner, we had Sunday evening dinner. I said, oh, I'm glad they're going back to school.
Yes.
Yes.
Get that 2-year-old in there.
Get that 2-year-old in there.
Gotta get her in there now.
All right, Mr. Adams, you look like you're doing well. Are you doing well?
I'm hanging in there.
All right, you working?
I got help.
You got help? Who's that? Miss Ross, you pointing to that room? Miss Ross, he pointing to that room. All right, Miss Ross, she's been helping you out?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Stay on me.
She stay on you? That's a good thing. If she needs to, that's a good thing. All right. Are you having any difficulties, any challenges with anything?
No,
No?
ain't working out all right.
All right. Where's your nephew today? Your nephew usually helps you out.
He just got to get him a business now, so he don't have time for it long.
You know, you sound like one of my nieces and nephews, just, she ain't got time. He has time for you. He trying to work his business.
Yeah, he's kind of smart, so I don't get.
She said he kind of smart, so he does not mess with them. All right, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, is there anything you need us to help you with? Anything you're struggling with?
No, I'm making it on to all my meetings. I'm gonna go to the meeting now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Meeting now every Saturday.
All right, very good. What do you think of that meeting?
It was all right. I had to go on the computer first, and then I finally got to the meeting. But it's gonna be okay.
All right. Have you learned anything since you've been in the meeting?
This is my second one this Saturday.
Okay. Have you learned anything, or what do you think about those meetings?
They all right. They got a support person. He talked to us, and I think I'm gonna like it.
You think you're gonna like it? All right, Mr. Adams. I want to hear from Ms. Robs. She's up on the screen. Listen up, Ms. Robs. Tell us about Mr. Adams. He looks like he's doing well, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Adams, I'm honestly really proud of him, Your Honor, because even though yesterday it was not the right court date, but Mr. Adams made sure to make his way down here yesterday, as well as today. He's been continuously compliant, Your Honor, with his testing. He signed up for his outpatient at DRP. He was able to get some bus tickets on yesterday. I'm actually giving him some more because he's doing additional meetings and he's going to need them. But he's doing wonderful, Your Honor, as reported yesterday.
All right, very good. Who's serving? Mr. Kasheri, are you doing any work with Mr. Adams?
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, he's not eligible for ongoing BHA services.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you so much for refreshing my memory. All right, who's the mentor for Mr. Adams?
Good morning, Your Honor. I serve as the mentor for Mr. Adams. I was actually trying to reach out to Mr. Adams. I just texted him my card and asked him to contact me. I will follow up again with him to have some conversations as to what, if any, I can assist him with. I think there was an issue with his discharge rating, if I'm not mistaken, as trying to get that updated, I believe. So I would definitely, or maybe his service connection, I'm not sure, but I would like to have those conversations with him when it's convenient for Mr. Adams.
All right, very good. Mr. Adams, I need you to connect with Mr. Scott, the mentor, okay? I need you to do that before I see you again.
Okay.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Adams?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Adams, any questions? You need anything?
I don't need anything.
All right, let's get the court date down. Now, I want you to get the right, do we have those little appointment cards that we still give out, the court date cards? I know we haven't been in here in so long. All right, Ms. Robs, let's give that date, and then you'll circle back with Mr. Adams to confirm that date, and then Mr. Scott will have that date. So when Mr. Adams and Mr. Scott connect, Mr. Scott can remind Mr. Adams of his right court date, okay? All right, Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. It would be February 15th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, did you hear that, Mr. Adams?
8:30, February 15th.
February 15th at 8:30 a.m.
Now that'll be here.
If you can do Zoom, we want you to do Zoom.
Okay.
If you can't do Zoom, then you're gonna have to come here. We prefer that you do Zoom.
Okay.
So why don't you ask your nephew, because you say he's kind of smart. Ask him to help you, show you how to get on Zoom real easy. How to click and click, okay?
February 15th, 8:30.
At 8:30. All right, Mr. Adams, before you leave, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Adams for his service. Thank you, Mr. Adams. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Very good. Very good. You are free to leave, Mr. Adams. Be safe out there, okay? Ms. Robs, Mr. Adams said bye. All right. You too. Thank you, Mr. Adams. All right. I am going to try once again to turn on Mr. Purry and see if Mr. Purry is sitting down and ready to go. Mr. Purry? There you are. I have the following
Your
for
Honor.
you. All right, U 582-57420. Miss Robs? Miss Robs?
Yes, Your Honor.
To make the best use of our time, would you come out and do Mr. Purry's case so Mr. Aldrich can go in and meet with Mr. Fikens in the breakout room? And that way we keep the docket moving because I have my next docket on deck.
Absolutely,
Yes, I
Your
do.
Honor.
All right, very good. All right, and so Mr. Purry, you've already
Yes.
stated your name. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You just been moving around and doing a whole lot. You all right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. All
You
right,
look well.
Mr. Purry. Mr. Purry, you've been working. How's work going?
Work is going very good. I'm working at home as well. My wife is keeping me busy. We're doing some remodeling.
Oh, that's a good wife. Keep them busy. Keep them busy. Always can find a remodeling project. Yes, sir. Just give me about 5 minutes. I can find one for you. Yes,
Right.
sir. Very good. Very good. That's good. Are you enjoying being married?
Yes, ma'am. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. Yes, it is. All right, Mr. Purry. You've been working your program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
That honesty is the best policy.
All right. Does that just apply at work? Where does that apply?
Everywhere.
Where do you put? Everywhere. There you go. Very good. Anything you can share that made you come to that realization?
It just feels better. It feels so much better.
It feels better, right? You don't have to worry about covering anything up, right?
Right.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Very good. Did you have any issues? Anything that you need the court to help you with on today?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Robs, what do you have on Mr. Purry?
Your Honor, as reported yesterday in staff, that Mr. Purry remains in compliance. He's compliant with his testing, with his outpatient. He's still working at CWT. He's in full compliance at this time. Your Honor, no issues to report.
All right. Very good. Mr. Kucheri, do you have anything on Mr. Purry?
No, Your Honor. I just want to congratulate Mr. Purry on continuing to be successful and working on his recovery and complying with this program. It's good to see you, Mr. Purry.
Good to see you and thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Fikens, anything?
Judge, Mr. Purry, you are doing a great job, sir, and I want you to keep up that great work. We are proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge.
All right, good. And then for the mentor.
Thank you, Yana. Good morning, Mr. Purry.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Purry's doing fine. He's a working man, working at work and working at home, and I commend him for that. My wife's been trying to get me to hang pictures, and I'm kind of, so she doesn't get
Let me know if she needs a court order, Mr. Parker. Let me know because I have those orders. Like I can print them out real quick. I promise you, I have them husbands to do orders. All right, go ahead. Look, the officer's like, what? Go ahead, Mr. Parker.
Mr. Gary's doing well, and he's enjoying his marriage, he's enjoying his life, and that's a good thing. And being in compliance, and that's I just encourage Mr. When I call him, usually I'm always calling him, and he's at work, so we can't talk that long. But he assures me that he's doing well. So I just want to encourage Mr. Curry, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great. Thank you, Yara.
Thank you.
All right, very good, Mr. Purry. Do you have any questions for the team?
No, ma'am.
All right, if nothing else, Ms. Robs, what's the return to court date for Mr. Purry?
Your Honor, I have February 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, Mr. Purry, did you get that?
February 22nd
22nd.
at 10:30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, it's good to see you. Before you leave, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Purry for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you so much, Mr. Purry.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you. All right, very good. Take care.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right, the only other person that we have is Mr. Aldridge. Why don't you go ahead and service Mr. Glenn?
Yes, Your
And then I believe that's it for your docket. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Come back and see me with, you're giving Mr. Glenn a return. I already got that. Never mind. You'll have to come back in from Mr. Aldridge.
Yes, Your Honor, and a few clients on the other docket.
Okay. All right, Miss Robs. All right, Miss Robs. All right. Mr. Aldridge has to go into a breakout room, Miss Wilson, with Attorney Fikens. If you could facilitate that at this time.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. I have the invitation.
All right, wonderful. I hate to, who serves as the mentor for Mr. Aldridge?
I do, Your Honor. Mr.
All right, I'm gonna need you to stick around because we've got an issue this morning.
Okay.
Mr. Kashiri, he's not having any issues from a clinical position, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I'm not gonna hold you and Mr. Scott. I have to address a probation violation on this morning. And the allegation is that he violated PPO, no contact order with respect to the wife. And so, Mr. Kashiri, I don't know if that would have any bearing on what is being recommended from a clinical perspective. So for that reason, you may want to hang around, but I have some real concerns because I must address that concern. He's here on a domestic violence charge. I made it clear to him when he came that the PPO and the no contact order that was issued, that both, I'm sorry, he's here on an aggravated assault. I'm sorry, not domestic violence, but I made it clear to him that the PPO no contact order would still be in effect. Okay. And so there's an allegation that he made some contact and I have to address it. So I don't know if that plays into anything you want to recommend clinically for him, but I just want to give you a heads up.
Sure. Thank you so much, Your Honor. I'll definitely stick around.
All right. Very good. All right. And so Mentor Scott, thank you for serving today. You are free to leave if you choose to do so. Always a pleasure to see both of you. And thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. It is truly my pleasure
All
to
right.
be here. Take care. Bye, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Take care of my sage fraternal brother.
Have a good day. Be safe.
You as well.
All right. All right, Miss Wilson, I think I'm going to let everybody else in for the remainder of the docket. Do I have other case managers that are on this morning? All right, good morning. Oh, Mr. Rhodes, now you know I'm never gonna talk to you lying down in your bed. Never. I'm just never. I'm never, ever going to do that. I'm just never going to. It's never going to happen. I don't talk to people in their beds. I don't. It's not something I do. All right. Miss Cleveland, do you have Mr. Hankins?
Yes, Your Honor, I have Mr. Hankins.
Let's start with Mr. Hankins. Thank you all for your patience this morning. I do the Veterans Treatment Court docket first this morning was a little bit lengthy. So thank you for your patience. We're gonna get started. I'm going to start with Mr. Hankins. I have for Zachary Hankins, Z80812221. Mr. Hankins, State your full name for me.
Zachary Hankins.
All right, good morning to you, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, Judge. I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing very well. I'm doing very, what did you change up? You did something. Did you let a mustache grow in or?
I haven't shaved my, what you would call a mustache, I guess.
Okay, I see you. You look like a totally different person, but I see you.
Well, thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Hankins. How have you been doing?
Really good, Judge. Everything's, same, still sober, still AA meetings. Everything's going well.
All right, very good. Are you working?
I am. I'm at work right now.
You are? And how's work going?
Work's going good. Work's going really good.
All right, very good, very good. Anything, any issues, anything that you need us to help you with?
Nope, I'm good. My insurance kicks in today, so I'll get back doing what I was doing. But other than that, everything's great.
All right, very good, very good. And so tell me, Mr. Hankins, I always want to know something that you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
That's a good question. I don't know if I've really learned anything. It's just gets easier with time, I guess. I mean, I'll have a year later this month, and it's just, day by day, just keep doing what I'm doing. And it's just kind of wild how bad I was and how good I'm doing now. It's just kind of wild how time will change stuff like that.
Yes, very good. Look, you did learn something, that it gets easier as time goes. It becomes a part of just your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's just what you do, right?
Yep.
There you go. Very good. Anything you need us to help you with?
No, I'm good, Judge. Everything's good.
Good. All right. Miss Cleveland, what do you want us to know about Mr. Hankins?
Your Honor, just as we reported in staffing, he is doing very, very well in phase 2. He's making good progress. He's compliant with all your court's orders. I heard him mention the issue that he was having with his insurance, but that has been resolved. He's back on track with that. It was just a temporary issue for him. And he's compliant with everything you have required of him, Your Honor, just making very good progress in phase 2.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, is there anything you'd like to add as a team member?
Just congratulations on the good report. Keep up the good work. We're proud of what you're doing. You should be proud of yourself also. We understand this is not easy, but you're doing a good job. Keep it up, sir, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Hankins?
Your Honor, he's in phase 2, so he would be having a face-to-face on February 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m., Your Honor.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Hankins?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good to see you. Thank you for your patience this
You too,
morning.
Judge. Anytime. Thank
All
you.
right. Do well and be safe.
Thanks. You too.
All right, very good. I am going to go now to Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Rhodes. Now, Mr. Rhodes, Mr. Rhodes, Mr. Rhodes. Unmute yourself, Mr. Rhodes. Is that your case, Ms. Cleveland, Mr. Rhodes? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to put you on hold, Mr. Rhodes, until your case manager comes. She's servicing a client right now, so I'll put you back on hold. All right. Ms. Cleveland, do you have Mr. Rice?
Mr. Bass, Your Honor. Terrence Bass.
You don't have Mr. Rice?
No, Your Honor.
Or Ms. Cameron?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bass is not on with us, so I can't do him. All right, and so for the 3 that are I believe Ms. Rob's cases, as soon as she comes back in, we have 1 case we need to do to complete our Veterans Treatment Court docket, and then we will process the last 3 cases for her. Mr. Bass, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Unmute for me.
Good morning, Ms. Holmes.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay. Everything's still going good. I just got a raise at my job, and I've been making it to the meetings that I could possibly make before I start work. And it just everything been rolling good. Like I really wanted to see like how by chance I can get off a little early, but I don't know if that's possible. But I have been dropping very clean for the last 2 months, 3 months. Um, and my case it is difficult because I'm not doing anything. And the case that I have is not really like it
So,
shouldn't be.
Mr. Bass, before we go there, Mr. Bass, let me say this to you. This program is a minimum of 12 months. It's a minimum of 12 months, a maximum of 24 months. So we don't have a mechanism for you to leave early. Okay? And so this is what I want to encourage you, because the purpose and intent of the program is that you develop a lifestyle of being clean and sober and in recovery. And so what I want to encourage you, first of all, I'm very proud of you that you have 2 months sober, not using any substance. So congratulations to you. I want you to continue to do that in 2-month increments. And then you're going to look up and you're going to be at that year mark or however long it takes. And it'll be a lifestyle. It'll be second nature to you. And so I want to encourage you in that way, okay? But we can't release you early.
Okay, so well, what about the like, cause I started in November, so by November this year, would it like that'll be 12 months? If
I don't know. It depends on your progress. So listen, I want you to change your focus. I want you to change your focus, because if you're focusing on the finish line and right now, then you're going to lose and miss some of the other things that you really need to focus in on. Okay? Don't worry. Miss Cleveland's job is to focus on that finish line. And she will keep you updated on how you need to continue to progress to get to the finish line. I don't want the finish line to be your focus, okay?
Okay.
All right. I want your focus to be day to day. Here are the things I'm learning. Here are the resources that I'm being exposed to. And this is what I'm getting out of it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you do that for me?
Yes, I can. I can.
All right. Thank you.
Good work.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said I can keep up the good work.
Yes, you can. And I'm proud of you, young man. You're doing it. You are doing it. Look, also, congratulations to you on the raise with respect to the raise on your job.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of myself too. I didn't know I was gonna be able to get a raise and keep this job as long as I'm doing it. It's really like.
All right. You can do it, Mr. Bass.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. All right. Miss Cleveland, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Bass? I know we talked. I didn't put his case number. He started right in on his review. Hold on. Let me put a case number on the record. 005969901 for Terrence Bass. Miss Cleveland, we staffed this case earlier this week, or yesterday actually. And I know that we talked about some career opportunities for Mr. Bass. And so I'd like you to share that information with him when you talk with him one-on-one. Mr. Bass, this is what I'm going to say to you. I want you to keep an open mind. Ms. Cleveland is going to share with you just some ideas that we kind of bounced around on yesterday in staffing with respect to career opportunities for you, so that you are able to have a source of income that's enough to take care of your needs and some, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you all will talk about that in your one-on-one, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Miss Cleveland, what else do I need to know about Mr. Bass?
Your Honor, as reported in staffing, he is making very good progress. He received an excellent progress report from Detroit Recovery Project. I want him to know that. He is attending meetings as required by the court. As he stated before, he has 2 months clean. He's working very, very hard. His screens are all good. Your Honor, I'm going to ask as a further incentive for his upcoming court date, future court date, if I could do a face-to-face with him to share information with him about career opportunities, long-term goals, just to let him know that the time frame may seem long, but there's so much that can be done over this period of time that's going to be very progressive and very, very beneficial to him.
Absolutely. Any objection from any members of the team? For him to
No
have
object-
as a instead of a face-to-face or one-on-one with Ms. Cleveland?
No objection, Judge.
All right, very good. Then that's exactly what we'll do. Mr. Bass, you'll have a one-on-one with Ms. Cleveland instead of coming to court next time in 2 weeks. Ms. Cleveland, what would that date be for the one-on-one?
Your Honor, it would be February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Bass?
Yes, February 15th at 10:30.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions, any other questions for the team this morning?
No, that was my main question, to see how long of a process. But it's like y'all was saying, it's not no process. I'm just bettering myself and doing good and keep up the good work.
And you are.
Not only
You are doing good.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Mr. Bass. All right, Ms. Cleveland,
Like,
I
what's
think he
going
lost
on?
his connectivity. Mr. Bass,
Yes, you can hear me?
I can now. And I want to just tell you that you are doing a very good job. And I want to encourage you to continue to do the work, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. Take care of yourself. You'll see Miss Cleveland in 2 weeks, and then you'll come back to see me.
Okay, as I'm gonna be seeing her face to face, like, do I have to go downtown to see her, or?
No, she's gonna reach out to you. She'll reach out to you, okay?
I'll see you soon.
All right, take care.
You
All
too.
right, bye-bye. Thank you. All right, Ms. Robs, are you ready on Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's do Mr. Rhodes. I have the following for Mr. Rhodes, case number SP 111-50292 and case number 200-619-3401. Mr. Rhodes, state your name for me.
Michael Laverne Rose.
Good morning to you, Mr. Rhodes.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. Good morning.
All right, how are you doing today?
I'm holding up, Judge Holmes, in spite of, we got this big snowstorm coming and kind of chilly outside, and I'm dealing with my job versus, attitudes, behaviors, and all that type of things. I'm just staying prayed up and moving forward and concentrating, learning how to stay in position, be patient, and get over the humps. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go.
It's challenging
There you
some
go.
days. It's challenging some days, and that's when you have to really break down and look inside and identify and especially pray, because I deal with a lot of me's, a lot of past me's.
Wow, okay. Yes, sir.
And
So
it's
that
haunting
means
when
you can exercise a higher level of patience, right?
exactly. I have to in order to maintain.
Yes, sir. All right. Is there anything that you've been struggling with that you need us to help you with, Mr. Rhodes?
No, not really, Judge. I just found out I've been having anxieties attacks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that was something that I've never really paid attention to it. But now as I'm getting older, I'm seeing what it is. And, I've set up some doctor's appointments. I really don't like taking medication, but if it calls for me to have to take medication for this problem, I will. It's just a person that I never liked to taking medication. But now that I got
Okay.
older, I have to
But did you see a doctor regarding what you're calling panic attacks?
Yeah, I did.
Anxiety? Okay. All right. Very good. And I appreciate, because I'm not a medicine taker either. I fight tooth and nail. However, I do fight with the doctors so that when I leave, they know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And so I want to make sure you have that open dialogue with your healthcare provider, okay? Your medical doctor.
Exactly.
All right, because you don't want to do stuff that makes things worse, right?
Exactly, especially now.
Okay. All right, very good, because you've come a long way and you're doing very well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Did you have any questions for the team today, Mr. Rhodes?
No, I didn't, Your Honor. You know, I had got the court dates mixed up. I thought it was yesterday, and come to find out it was today, which made me a little bit more, blessed and grateful, because I was a little unprepared far as I had to work yesterday, and it would have interfered with this, and I wanted to be able to have some peace and some real connection, and it worked out. It was today.
All right, very good, very good. Ms. Robs, what do you want me to know about Mr. Rhodes?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just learned this about Mr. Rhodes and what he reported out today. So, Your Honor, I do want to make sure that I follow up with Elmhurst Holmes to see, for follow-up with his anxiety and mental health. But outside of that, Your Honor, Mr. Rhodes, he remains in compliance as reported yesterday. No issues to report at this time.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Reed, do you have anything with respect to Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Rose, good report. Keep up the good work. You should be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. And let's hope that the weather reports are wrong, that we will not get a lot of snow over the next couple of days.
Amen.
They aren't always correct when they predict these weather reports.
That's
so let's
right,
hope they're
Mr.
wrong.
Reed.
Thank you, Mr.
That's
Rose.
right. I'm with you on that one, Mr. Reed. I'm with you on that one. I need them to be real wrong.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Robs, if nothing else for Mr. Rhodes, what is his next date?
Your Honor, I have February 15th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you then. Take good care of yourself. Be safe, be patient, be kind, and we will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You have a great day.
All right, you do the same. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, I am going to Mr. Rice. Mr. Rice, if you could unmute for me, I have case number Z8066581. Mr. Rice, state your full name for me.
You guys have to excuse me, I have an abscess, so my work might be slower.
Okay.
My name
All
is
right.
Mario Rice.
All right, Mr. Rice, are you seeing a doctor for that abscess?
It just came up this morning. I had a slight toothache yesterday. I went and got some gum and tooth relief. And when I got up this morning, I had a big old abscess. So I wanted to be at court first before I go to the urgent care.
Okay, I hope they take care of it for you, okay?
Me too, because I'm in a little pain, but I still have to do what I have to do for my courts to make sure I'm right.
Okay, and make sure that you're aware of whatever they prescribe you, because you can't take a narcotic while you're with us, okay?
I know, yes, ma'am.
All right, how are you doing overall, Mr. Rice?
I'm still smiling, excuse my smile.
You still got a half a smile, I see you. That's all right, good attitude, good attitude.
Yes, I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm staying out of trouble. No complying with the police or anything. I've been in the house basically. I spent a day or so with my son, and I spent some more. I helped my moms out, and that's basically it. Just staying out the way, staying out of trouble.
Yes, sir. Are you working your program, Mr. Rice?
I haven't been since the COVID. I will have to send you guys the negative. My negative hookup, because the last time I was positive for COVID.
All right, so you've tested negative since you're positive?
Yes, I just
right.
tested. I was waiting on the results to come back so I could send it to Ms. Robs. So
All right, when did your results come back?
I should have them tomorrow. They said 2 to 3 days. I had to stay quarantined for 14 days.
All right, and so want to make sure on the day that he gets that negative test, Ms. Ross, right back into testing and everything. You've been doing what you're supposed to do
Yes,
while
ma'am.
you're
I'm willing to
quarantined.
test. If you guys want me to test, I have no problem with testing. I know I'm
No. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get the results, but hopefully those results will come back very quickly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We want to keep the whole world safe. Okay.
And me as well, because this stuff out here ain't no joke.
Nope. It is still serious. People are still dying and people are still spreading. So you want to be very careful.
Well, unfortunately, my sister caught it, and now she's on dialysis.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and she worked downtown. She worked at 36.
Your sister?
Yeah, Sandra Rice. Well, Sandra Gordon Rice, rather. She been there for years.
You know we gonna look her up. You better hope she okay with you telling us her name, because I'm gonna look her up.
She's fine. When I first came down there, I went to her little office and waited. So she's fine.
All right.
There.
All right. All right, Fair. Well, I hope that she gets better. Look,
Yeah,
I need you to stay.
She's
I'm
home
sorry.
now. She's home now.
She's home.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I need you to continue to do what you need to do to stay well, including going to take care of that abscess so it doesn't cause other
Here's
problems.
where I stay at, right here in the house.
I see you. Go ahead, Mr. Right. Now, you know I be eye hustling. I had those quick eyes. I do. I have quick eyes now. Okay. Before you flash that camera all around.
What you see, pictures?
I didn't see anything that caught my attention. Everything looks like it's
No,
in
ma'am,
order.
not like that around me.
All right, Mr. Rice.
I don't want that.
All right. All right, Mr. Rice is in good shape, right, Miss Rob?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
All right, very good, Mr. Reed. Is there anything you want to add as to Mr. Rice?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Rice, always good to see you. Keep up the good work. We've all been down that road with teeth ache when you have a tooth problem. So it'll get better. Be safe and good to see you, sir.
You too as well. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Rice, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, just to say you guys stay safe and stay healthy as well. And have a blessed day.
All right, let me get your thank you, and you do the same. I need your return to court date for
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Rice.
Yes, Your Honor, it's February 22nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right,
I
he's
got
in
it.
what phase?
2, Your Honor.
Okay, I wrote down the wrong phase for him. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Rice, you got that date and time?
22, 10:30.
Yes, sir. 10:30. All right, very good. Good to see you. Take good care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am. You guys have a blessed one.
All right, make sure you circle back to Miss Robs to let her know that you're okay with that access, okay?
I'm gonna let her know. I'll send her a text when I leave urgent care.
All right, very good. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. All right. Miss Cameron, I'm ready for you. We might as well get your folks all out the way. Let's do it. I have case number Z808-3171 and case number 217-318-781. Miss Cameron, state your full name for me when you finish yawning.
So sorry, Ariel Cameron.
All right, Miss Cameron, are you all right?
I just got off work. I'm tired. And they
Oh.
just texted me and told me I got to do a mandatory 16 hours tonight. So I'm finna go to sleep.
All right, I need you to go to sleep. How are you doing, Miss Cameron?
I'm fine. All I do is go to work and go to sleep. I don't do nothing else.
Nothing else?
No, I don't have time to do nothing else. I work till midnight. So when I get off work, I go home. I get in the shower. I nibble on a little. So I don't even eat no more. I just nibble. And I go to bed. And I sleep my bed well. And when I wake up, it's dark and it's time to go back to work. That's it. I don't got no life no more. I just go to work and go to sleep.
Miss Cameron. Miss Cameron, how old are you?
28.
28. That's good. You are a perfect candidate to work 16 hours, nibble, and not get no sleep. You a perfect candidate, ma'am. You are. You pay. It's called paying your dues. Yes, ma'am. You paying them. But look, Miss Cameron, are you at least? I mean, we should have taped this because that's like a perfect commercial for what happens when you are adulting. I don't get to do nothing. I just take a shower. I just nibble. That was good, Miss Cameron. Look, you got to find somewhere in there to do some self-care. Are you showing up and doing everything you need to do for your program?
Yes. I make it to my job. I make it to
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Miss Wilson. Yes. Go ahead. What did you say?
I make it to my job. I've been doing my recovery meeting. My therapist just called me, but I was in court, so I got to call her when I get out of here to schedule my appointment for this week. Stuff's been a little hectic because when it's time for all my appointments, I kind of sleep. So, but I'm trying to manage that, put that together.
All right, get that together because you got to make those appointments. You got to, in order to successfully complete the program, okay?
I know.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions for us?
No.
I can't hear you, Miss Cameron.
No.
Okay, good. All right, very good. Miss Robs, what do you have on Miss Cameron?
Your Honor, as per report of staffing on yesterday, Ms. Cameron is doing well. She is working midnight shift. We did discuss that. We keep in contact, Your Honor. She keeps me abreast if she's having any complications. She's testing compliant. No issues to report at this time, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Anything from any of the other team members as to Miss Cameron?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Keep up the good work, Ms. Cameron. We're proud of you. We know it's not easy, but look forward to payday. You working all those hours, you're gonna get that paycheck. Be happy about that. It's great. Keep up the good work and be safe, Ms. Cameron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Cameron, I mean, you just like, okay, go ahead, Mr. Ficus, what you want to say?
Oh no, I came to the party late, but that's great news. Keep up the good work, Miss Cameron.
Yes, she is doing well. She's tired. And so Miss Cameron, go get you some rest. I'm going to see, is Miss Cameron doing everything she's supposed to do?
She is, Your Honor. She's compliant with her testing, all negative screens.
All right, she's in phase 1.
She's in phase 1.
I'm going to allow, while she's getting adjusted to her 16-hour days and all of the things that she needs to get done, I will allow her next meeting to be a one-on-one with you, Ms. Robs.
Yes,
and so give me that date.
That will be February 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Ms. Cameron? Ms. Robs is going to reach out to you on February 15th or a little bit, maybe even before, okay?
10:30 in the morning. Gotcha.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
10:30 in the morning. I got you.
Well, it might not be 10:30. You all can talk about a time that works for you, and she can do it at any time. She just has to report out on February 15th at 10:30. Okay?
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry.
All right, ma'am. Okay, go get you some rest. Take good care of yourself.
Okay, bye everybody. Have a good day.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye. All right. I need to call Mr. If we could look up the adjourn to pay for Mario Adams, but I want to call Keith Paul for his return to court date. He had a face-to-face. I have case number SP 103-00531, SP 105-07911, SP 121-94501, U 452-59218. Ms. Ross, you sneezing up in here.
I'm sorry, you're right.
It's allergies. Oh, all right. Need some water? Go ahead while I call these. I'm not gonna tell you they out of order up in here, folks spraying stuff. All right, here's the last case. Case number 195230301 for Keith Paul. Ms. Robs, you okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Paul doing well?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. He was just put on the global supervision device.
Okay.
For curfew. He remains in compliance. He's doing everything he needs to do, Your Honor. Still working at Lake Ridge and as doing security, fully compliant, Your Honor.
All right, what's next for Mr. Keith Paul?
It will be a return to court date since he's in phase 2, Your Honor, for February 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. And then I'm going to call Mario Adams. It was an adjourn to pay, case number 215-023-141. Ms. Mack, is he in good shape?
No, he did not comply and work paid, Judge.
All right, very good. I am going to reinstate the original charge KPS will issue. And what is his balance?
$220. $220.
Do you have his file?
I do.
Let me see his file. If he has some other stuff. We're not no longer giving out benefits to 36 people that don't do what they supposed to do. You said he owes how much? I'm sorry.
$220, Judge.
So his bond would be $220, cash or surety. I don't know if there's a reinstatement of it. Doesn't look like it. But that was his original charge. It also looks like he had 3 other matters that may have been dismissed. Is that correct?
Let me have one of those case numbers, Judge, please.
The first one is P1009447. And it's counts 1, 2, and 3.
They were not dismissed. They are in warrant status already.
They're in warrant status. All right, so this one will be in warrant status with the balance that's owed.
Okay.
All right, and I've already filled it out. Did I sign off on it? Hold on. All right, nope, I didn't. All right, very good. I will give this back to you. And then are we ready on Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are the parties ready? All right, wait, Ms. Robs getting herself together. Oh, go ahead. Okay, go right ahead. Ms. Robs just needs 1 second. I don't think I've missed anything else on the docket. Ms. Robs was in here sneezing and carrying on. I wanted to tell her I almost got beat up on the airplane eating some hot popcorn that was making me cough. Had to put it away. Like, this wasn't a good idea. Because when the senior citizen was looking at me, grandma about to whop me one, it's like, it's popcorn and I'm putting it away. And my coughing will stop in about 3 minutes. Yeah. All right. Mr. Aldridge, I'm going to have you just stay where you are. You'll have to speak very, very loudly so that we are able to hear you, because we want to make sure we keep all our distance good, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, let me know when you are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I am ready, Your Honor.
All right, let's do it. I have case number 210-448-6001. Mr. Aldridge, please stand and tell me your full name.
William Edwin Aldridge.
All right, thank you and good morning to you, Mr. Aldridge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Aldridge, you know why you're here today?
I do know, yes.
Okay, we have a real issue. We have a real issue. I'm going to hear first from Ms. Robs to put the facts or the allegations on the record. And then I'll hear from you, Mr. Fikens, and then I'll hear from Mr. Aldridge. All right, Ms. Robs, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, on January 24th, 2022, I received a message from Mrs. Aldridge with regard to Mr. Aldridge and being in violation of the personal protection order that is in place. What was reported to me, Your Honor, was that by Mrs. Aldridge was that Mr. Aldridge had called the residence, as well as came on the premise when he was fully aware, Your Honor, that he wasn't supposed to be at that location. I made contact with Mr. Aldridge January 24th, 2022, and questioned him in regards to the allegations, Your Honor, that were made. Mr. Aldridge initially appeared as if he didn't understand what I was saying to him as far as the conditions of his order and how he was not supposed to be on the premise nor make contact. After talking to Mr. Aldridge for a period of time, he did admit, Your Honor, that he had been to the premise when it was reported, but also that he had been on the premise prior to without informing the court. So I did make sure, Your Honor, to make contact with you, the course, to report the violation, because Mr. Aldridge, it was very concerning because Mr. Aldridge again appeared to not understand what I was saying in terms of he could not call the residence, nor could he go on the premise. So he's here, Your Honor, because he did violate and then willingly, openly admit that he went on the premises knowing he was not supposed to.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. I'm going to go to you, Mr. Vikens.
Thank you, Judge. I do want to indicate that I spent some time with Mr. Aldridge. He certainly has been throughout his time with us very upfront and very direct. And that's what we spent a lot of time talking about, was what was going on. I want to correct one thing. Mr. Aldridge was not confused about what his responsibilities are. His interpretation of those responsibilities might be not the best, although I do want to say to the court that this condo where they used to reside was and has been empty and no one is living there. So he did not make direct contact with Mrs. Aldridge at the time. He was calling to make sure that she wasn't there before he went over there, and left a message telling of his intentions. And the reason why that is important is because it shows that he understands this order, does not want to make contact with his wife. He then, when he came to the premises, went to the assigned parking spot, saw that she wasn't there before he made any attempt to enter the condo to pick up clothes. Why he told Miss Robs that he had done it once before wasn't to have it fly in the face of anyone. He just said that's what I interpreted correct conduct to be. And I've certainly given him some tips as to how to avoid that, such as requesting that he obtain counsel, domestic relations counsel, to assist him in this regard, because he talked about how tax season is coming up. How do I make contact? And questions that I couldn't answer. But he has no intent and never expressed to me an intent of wanting to violate any order issued by this court or any other court. He remembers specifically, Judge, that you said to him, and this was without my prompting, he said, Judge Holmes told me no contact means no contact. And I kind of remember those words. And he certainly believed that by taking these precautions to make sure that he was not going to come involved with his wife at all, was not going to threaten her or even have them see each other, that was adequate. So, but there's no dispute that he did call the condo. He was making sure that she wasn't there because he had heard, so I have no facts to base this on, that she had been there from time to time, but she wasn't living there, and neither one of them was living there. So he thought he was operating correctly. He never had a misunderstanding of what this court order, Judge. He is embarrassed of anything about wanting to do the right thing and falling afoul of this court. He doesn't want that. He personally doesn't like that and wants to do what is necessary to correct this. And as I said, I told him one of the best things you can do to correct it is you should have an attorney, because she has an attorney, and the attorneys can talk it over, and then everything can be cleared, and then doesn't have to be any contact. But when you take it on yourself, when she has an attorney and there's no attorney to help him, I just think it puts him at a disadvantage. And again, I'm not saying that anyone was playing any games here. I see no evidence of that, Judge, but I think he was left alone to fend for himself. He thought he was following the guidelines that this court established, certainly, and he took precautions. So it wasn't that he was calling to harass her. It wasn't that he was coming over to harass her. He wanted to make sure that she was not there at the time. And Judge, I sympathize with him on that, and I'm glad that he saw that he needs to take other action to correct this, because if this is a violation, Judge, he does need help and he's taken that help. He's taken that, wants to get that assistance, and wants to do the right thing in front of this court. Thank you.
All right, very good. Miss Robs, I am going to hear from Mr. Aldridge, but I did not ask you or Mr. Fikens your recommendations.
Judge, I'll start first. If Ms. Robs can go first, I'll let her, whatever she wants to do.
I would like to go after you, Attorney Fikens.
Okay, Judge, we staffed this case yesterday, and I'm always concerned when marital people are involved with each other and always do the worst things rather than the best things. And I was of a different mindset. I know Mr. Aldridge is a respectful person. I know he's a very thoughtful person. And when I heard that he had made a call, I thought the intent was to call and have an official conversation, or an unofficial conversation with his wife to bother her, or just to say, I'm coming over, which in some ways can be a bother. Hearing his interpretation of it, Judge, I really have a different mind. He did go over to pick up clothes. He heard that she had done that as well, didn't think that was a violation in order to go to an empty house, knew she was not living there. And I thought she was living there. I thought she was, if you go over to a house and you know someone's going to be there, or hope that they're not there, well, then you suffer the consequences. But he knew something different. So, Judge, my recommendation is at this point, a reprimand. I'm glad. I think we need to follow through with him to make sure that he does what he says he's going to do, get a domestic relations attorney, because he has tax season coming up. Just the plethora of problems that are going to go on with this man's life. And it's going to interfere with his drug treatment court. It will. And his drug treatment, or could, I shouldn't say will, but it's going to take a very strong man to overcome all those problems and then face this as well, Judge. So I recommend a reprimand at this point, and I just encourage him to follow through, and that what we should do is make sure that he does follow through on what he said he wanted to do. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, if I may, Judge.
Yes.
I would concur with Mr. Fikens' recommendation. And when I was in the staffing yesterday, when I heard what was to be done, I thought that there was actual physical contact. If the facts are as Mr. Fikens stated them, there was no contact with his spouse. I think he was trying to do the right thing. So I would concur with Mr. Fikens' recommendation. Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Let me hear from Ms. Robs.
Your Honor, thank you, Your Honor. I was able to talk, after talking to Mr. Aldridge, and then looking at the situation from a broader perspective. I have not had, in terms of compliance with Mr. Aldridge, I have not had any issues with him. He does usually, he has been compliant, following the court's order. The challenge that I have with that, Your Honor, is that I need Mr. Aldridge to really understand that the court will receive phone calls if he goes over to the premise. And that is an issue. And knowing that he has that order, I don't going forward, Your Honor, I do concur and I do agree with both Attorney Fikens and Attorney Reed, but I just want to make sure that he understands the severity of this, because he can say one thing and the other person says another. And because he's on paper, he's bound to be the person to be, to have a consequence. So I do agree he does need the domestic relations attorney. I would like to give him another chance, Your Honor, but yes, a sanction so that he does understand it going forward and not to do it. I don't think he had any ill will intent, but just that situation, he really needs to understand that this could go either way. So I do agree, Your Honor, a sanction. I don't believe that, I know yesterday my mind was set with one way, but again, after listening to Attorney
So was
Fikens,
mine.
Attorney Reed, yes, Your Honor, I really would like to give him a chance and give him the opportunity to put things in place so that we don't have this problem in the future.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Aldridge. I had some real concerns on yesterday, and I believe that Mr. Fikens and Ms. Robs, they both done a great job at addressing all of the concerns that I raised yesterday in staffing, that a no contact order means no contact, no telephone, no nothing. Mr. Fikens gave you excellent advice. You all have obviously been married for some time. There's probably some property and some things that, taxes and all those things that come with, people being in a relationship and now no longer in relationship with each other, or changing the dynamics of that relationship. The best advice, which is what your attorney gave you, is you need to have an attorney who can advise you through the process, understanding that there's a no contact order in place and that you still have business you have to attend to. There are attorneys out there, that's what they specialize in, and they can help you navigate that process. They can definitely help you navigate it so that you don't have an issue with the court and being in compliance with the court's orders, okay? Okay, you have not given us a moment of concern until yesterday when I heard that. I think I got an email while I was out, and that was really of concern to me. But I believe Mr. Fikens I know that he has given you some great advice. I believe that your intentions were not ill or to be in blatant disregard of this court's orders. And so I am not going to issue a sanction. I do have to do a verbal reprimand. At least I have to go on record that I'm telling you again that you cannot have contact with your wife by telephone, by letter, by smoke screen, by delivery of a telegram, message in the sky, coming to the place where she lives, or any of those things. You can't do it, because what I don't want to happen, Mr. Aldridge, is that you end up in jail when your intentions are not ill, but your actions are in blatant disregard of the court's orders. That will land you in jail, okay? I don't want that to happen to you. So let's take this occasion as a learning experience, and going forward, you'll follow the advice of your attorney, seek counsel about the family matters and how to deal and go forward without being in violation of the court's orders, okay? All right, do you have any questions for me? No questions, all right. All right, now I do want to make sure, and Ms. Robs, I know you're gonna make sure that Mr. Aldridge is talking to in his sessions, his sessions, whatever sessions he's going to, that he's talking about this change of life. Mr. Kusheri, I'm glad you stuck around. This is a huge change. It's different, and anytime things, I think after you get a certain age in life, because I'm there, anything that changes, it's just disruptive to everything around me, right? And I have to regather and reposition, reshuffle the deck. And so I get it. And sometimes we can do that well on our own. And sometimes we need some help from professionals that can tell us, wait a minute, this is what you're dealing with. And so we're gonna help you reshuffle the deck so you don't self-destruct, okay? So I want you to do that, Mr. Kashiri. That's very important to me because you were married, you've been married how long? 51 years. 51 years. That's like my whole life. You've been married my whole life. Let's add 8 months, yeah, to that. You've been married my whole life. I cringe when I say next month I'll be married 30 years. I cringe when I say I'm like 30 years. That's like almost all of my life. And so anything that affects that, you might need some help just kind of shaping up, how do I proceed from here? And so that doesn't mean anything's wrong with you and all of that stuff. No, it doesn't. It just means that life has dealt you a hand and you need to reshuffle the deck so that you don't self-destruct and you can still go on to be the great Mr. Aldrich that you are. All right? Yes, all right. Anything else from any of the other team members as to Mr. Aldrich?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge. Thank you.
There's Mr.
Again,
Mr.
thank you.
Parker?
Yes. And I'm not gonna let this be long and draw it out because everything has already been said. I just want to encourage Mr. Aldrich that, you know, anytime that and I'm not a lawyer, obviously, I'm not a, you know, but I can give some advice, and we're around the same age. It upsets me he's been married longer than I have, but I'm working on it.
Keep working.
I certainly will. It's been 45 years, Your Honor, and I'm still working. But I want to encourage Mr. Aldrich to please, you know, call me if you know. Sometimes we do things and we don't think it would hurt anything until, you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. You don't see it until after it's done, and so you know, sometimes you know, when you get ready to cross that path and you have any kind of doubt at all, it's good to contact someone and kind of, you know, talk to somebody. And so, Mr. If I can give him, you know, great advice, and then I would concur with that also. Judge, you just laid it out real good. I appreciate you. So just you know, Mr. Aldrich, contact me and let's talk. Thank you.
All right, very good. You all are an awesome team. I appreciate everybody hands on deck, making sure we take care of our veteran, Mr. Aldrich, because he belongs to us. And so before he leaves, I want to get a court date, a new date for him. Mr. Aldrich, you're in good shape. You're in good hands. Ms. Robbs, what's next for Mr. Aldrich?
Your Honor, Mr. Aldrich will return to court February 15th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, did you get that? You're gonna do it on Zoom though, Mr. Aldrich, okay? February 15th, all right? All right, before he leaves, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Aldrich for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Aldrich. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming down this morning, okay? I'll see you on Zoom in a couple of weeks. All right, everybody, we are in great shape. You all get to be done with me until Thursday. The mental health court gets to deal with me this afternoon and tomorrow, and we'll be back on track. I am available should you need me. I'm here in the building, so if you have some things that need to be signed off on, by all means, bring them down to me. If nothing else, thank you all for serving on today, and I will see this crew, some of you not until next week, Tuesday, and then the rest I'll see on Thursday.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everyone be safe.
All right,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.